Welcome, everyone. This is Mrs. Johnson, your instructor for HIMT 2410. So this is an introductory video for your course. I just want to start out explaining what this class is about. The course covers the healthcare revenue cycle, which is a pretty complex process of billing between facilities and insurance companies. You know, the cycles starts when the patient is scheduled and ends when the payment is received, and different types of facilities use different revenue sources, and a lot of times this is where it gets really confusing for folks. It's just not one shoe fits all type of deal. So in this course, you learn about different types of facilities and how the reimbursement process and systems change depending on the facility. Again, it's a complex financial system, and hopefully by the end of the semester, you'll have a clear understanding of this process. So we're just going to do a quick overview of Blackboard, the syllabus, and the schedule, and we will end the video with Module 1 information to get you started. Starting at the top, you're currently in the content area where all your modules are located at, and the calendar will show you due dates for homework and exams. So if you just click on the month, it will give you the due dates for your exams and your homework assignments in a calendar format, which may be a little bit helpful for you. Whatever's best for you. You know, you can go that route. We'll give you some other options of kind of keeping up with due dates as we go along here. So the one thing that's important about this is that if this does not match the actual printed out schedule, which we're going to review in a few minutes, then please let me know so that I can make changes or corrections. Let's talk about the announcements. Announcements are for big items such as school closures or changes to a syllabus or a schedule. It'll be posted here under announcements. Discussions can be assignments for a grade or just to ask your fellow classmates for questions. So just make sure that just remember everyone in the class can see this information. So if you need something private between each other, just email each other that way. Or if you need something private between me and you, just email me directly. The grade book has all your grades and assignments that will be graded, and it also has due dates available on it as well. The groups we will not be using in this class. So we're going to go back to the Start Here module area and start in this area and go down to the Getting Started area. So after the introductory message, you have my contact information along with Dean Holly Green's information. Always start with your instructor for questions, concerns, or problems. I am your first point of contact for any of these issues. Now, below this information is a copy that you can download of the syllabus and the course schedule. I would highly suggest that you print both of these out. The schedule will keep you on track with times and due dates for coursework, and the syllabus is an instructional information in case you have questions or problems. Printing them out will give you a hard copy on hand in case of an emergency, such as the internet being down or computer issues, and you'll know what to do. Now, next is the online tools we want to talk about here. The online tools for student success is in this area, which has your Blackboard orientation, which if you haven't done this yet, you need to do at least one Blackboard orientation before doing any kind of online classes. Now, all of you should have already done some sort of online classes if you're in this class, I would hope. But anyway, it's still on there for you. The student resources, I didn't want to go into that, is for, in that area you can find tutor.com for tutoring services, Gaily Low, the online library service you can find there, as well as you can, and then below that is our distant education personnel or our online service, and they can assist you with anything Blackboard related. Now, something else they'll also help you with is getting your school email installed on your phone if you need to do that, which I would highly recommend that you do it if you don't have it on your phone. That way you can get messages from me, your instructor, and the school as well. Now, any kind of course communication, you want to make sure that you send any questions or correspondence through Blackboard. Up to the right here is an envelope where you can email me directly within the course. This way I know which class you're in, because some of you, I have you in multiple classes. This way I don't have to do backwards and forwards emails to find out and waste time trying to find out what class you're in and what you're asking about. So the next thing we're going to look at is the confirmed course enrollment. It must be done within 5 days of the start of the term, or you'll get dropped from the course. And next, or let's see, work ethics. I want to look at work ethics just for a second, because you do get a grade on work ethics. All right, and Wiregrass has put together a pretty good work ethics that kind of mimics a work evaluation, and they go by attendance, character, teamwork, appearance, self-esteem, productivity, organization, communication, leadership, and respect. And you will get not only a letter grade, but a number grade for your work ethics at the end of the semester. Okay, let's get out of that. All right, so the next thing I want to take a look at is the syllabus. So let's go back up here and let's open the syllabus. Oh, give me just a minute. Well, where did it go? There it is. Sometimes it's a little slow opening up, but we'll get there. All right, so the first thing you see, of course, is my contact information again, and then Dean Green's information. I'm your first point of contact for everything concerning this class. Next is the course information. In order for you to receive, if you need to withdraw from the class, if you go past that 5 days, you can get a W grade. If you do that, if you withdraw from the class before June the 28th, after that, if you withdraw, you'll receive an F. And if you want more information on that W grade, you can read over the drop withdrawal policy. But anytime that you start withdrawing after that withdrawal date, this stuff affects your financial aid. So I would highly suggest that you talk to someone before you start withdrawing in these classes to figure out how this affects your financial aid in your future. The textbook you'll need in this class is Principles of Healthcare Reimbursement and Revenue Cycle Management, the 8th edition. And this is your ISBN number that you need to have for this textbook. And it is the only thing that you'll need is just the textbook. The course requirements, this is some information regarding supported browser, which we prefer Chrome and don't use Internet Explorer. In this section, it has information on accessing Blackboard, and again, contact information regarding online services if you have issues with Blackboard. You will, of course, need a webcam with a speaker and a microphone for your exams, and they recommend headphones if you want headphones. And if you're having any kind of issues with Blackboard or technical issues, make sure to contact me along with online services. Make sure that you keep me in the loop with these things. Under the course description, is information on the content that will be covered in this class. The grading and evaluation, let's take a look at that. We have 20% for homework, 20% for activities, 35% for exams. A big chunk of your grade is coming from these exams. I highly suggest that you study for them tremendously, and we're going to go over a few study tips here in a little bit. And your final exam is 25%, which adds up to the 100%. So when you test, when you submit your test and your homework, sometimes Blackboard will give you a grade. Please don't pay attention to that grade. I check all incorrect answers to see if you can get credit for the answer. I do not start any grading for a module until after the due dates have passed. I grade a module at a time, and when I'm complete with that module, an email will be sent out to let you know so that you can review your grade. And plus, I think that now the way they have this Ultra Blackboard, it will give you a notification of some sort when your grade is posted. And sometimes those posted grades do change once I get in there and review Blackboard's incorrect answer. So I would keep that in mind as well. So no late work will be accepted. You'll receive a 0 if it's not turned in by the due date. You'll have the option of making up one chapter test at the end of the semester. Try not to miss more than any one exam, because you'll be able to get that, you'll get a 0, and that it can be detrimental, especially with these tests running 35% of your grade. That's a lot. This area also talks about grade appeals and the course of action you need to take if you want to appeal your grade. Again, please not share information regarding testing or homework. This work is to be done individually. Any kind of academic dishonesty will result in a 0 for that assignment. This is over Respondus Monitor, actually, yeah, as well. So is what, in Respondus we use at home for testing. So Respondus, it locks you into the test so that you can't open another window. And so, and when you video, just keep in mind that I can see and hear everything that you do, and it monitors and it gives a flag out if you do like suspicious activity, or even if your eyes are straying off to the side or straying down or straying up, or if your face is out of the picture, it's going to flag it for me to monitor. And so I have to go back and look at the video. So it does flag for certain behavior, so that instructors go back and review those videos for any kind of suspicious activity. The next information is the grading scale. We give out, again, the letter grades along with the work ethics grades 0 to 3. It gives you information on incomplete grades that you can go over, college attendance and makeup policy. So the syllabus emphasizes the importance of attendance, and it does not matter if it's online or in the classroom. You should get into some type of routine, especially over the summer. We've got 10 weeks to cover a lot of material, and you should be studying every single day and doing work every single day, because 10 weeks is not a long period of time to get everything in. So it's going to take a definite routine of daily logging into the system, taking care of your classes, using study material, and doing your coursework. So one makeup exam will be allowed at the end of the semester, and until you make up that exam, and a 0 will be put in place of that grade. So, and the other thing that I want to mention is if you're absent, it's your responsibility to be aware of your missed assignments. Being absent from a class is not an excuse for missed assignments or tests. Now, down for the online portion, make sure to take note of the first sentence. For you to be successful in this course, active attendance and participation is necessary. So make sure to log on to Blackboard, and the only thing, again, it talks about logging on to Blackboard within the first 5 days, or you could potentially be dropped as a no-show. and it talks about Blackboard orientation, which we've already covered. And attendance is not just logging in, it means doing activities and homework assignments as well as completing exams. And it talks about late work, and there will be no late work accepted. And as an online student, you're required to have a reliable campus computer and internet service. Now, we do have computers and internet here at the college in the library for students to use if needed. The drop withdrawal policy procedure, if you confirm, I can't emphasize this enough. If you confirm course enrollment, this means you are enrolled and you plan on taking the class from start to finish. Once you confirm, I can't drop you from this class. I don't have that authority. So make sure to check your handbook or visit the Wiregrass website, or even the syllabus has information on dropping these classes. So when you stop participating, you keep on getting zeros in the classes. It does affect your financial aid, so keep that in mind. You can drop classes within the first 5 days of the beginning of the semester without affecting your financial aid or your grade. Now, it's your responsibility to contact me if you're going to be out for any kind of extended period, so that maybe we can try to work something out, maybe not, but I can let you know. It doesn't hurt to ask. Work ethics grade. Okay, work ethics grading policy. A work ethics grade 0 to 3 will be issued along with your letter grade. At the end of the semester, work ethics grade is placed on a permanent record, and we did cover that earlier. Academic honesty policy on cheating, plagiarism, and other dishonest bad behavior. I just would encourage you not to go down that road. Please don't share information regarding testing or homework. This work is to be done individually. Library support. So we have a library here on campus, as well as our 3 other college locations that you can go there if you're having trouble with internet, or if you need a computer to use. And also they have resource material for studies if you need to use any of their material. Tutoring support. At Wiregrass, we have tutoring services available for a variety of subjects. We have online tutors as well as in person if needed. I showed you where tutor.com was earlier, and more information is in this section. If you need it throughout the semester, you can read over that if you need to. Classroom accommodations. This is information on services to students with disabilities or impairments. So you can reach out to any one of these folks. Katrina Roll is just wonderful. They can give you options to make college life a little bit better for you. And any classroom or online accommodation needs to go through this department first. And they will contact me, and it's all confidential. So nothing to worry about there. It's confidential information. They send me the information, and it's done with. All right, graduate warranty. You can look this over, and if you need more information, contact Academic Affairs Office. Procedure or policy change. It usually is posted on announcements, and also emails will be sent out as well. If it's a syllabus or a schedule change, I'll send you a new one. I'll email it to you. So the important thing is to make sure you check your email daily so you don't miss out on any kind of important information. Again, I suggest that you get Outlook on your phone, and if you need help with this, you can contact online services. Grade appeal and grievances. Any complaints about grades or grievances should be first discussed with me, your instructor. After the discussion, if the subject is not resolved, you have the option of filling out a written appeal. Now, you can fill out a written appeal and send it to me within 10 business days of the grade being issued or the complaint being issued. And further information, including links to the forms for the written appeals, is in this section. Student evaluations of the courses. At the end of the semester, you'll receive a link where you can evaluate the course and myself. please fill these out. They are important for the success of this program, and these evaluations are anonymous, and I only see the overall statistical part of the answer. I don't see anything else. So I have no idea who sends in what, and even if you've sent it in or not. But I prefer that all my students send in these evaluations. HIMT domains and subdomains. Now, these are areas of instructional course material within the curriculum to help obtain a certification from HIMT. Statement of equal opportunity is the last thing on our syllabus, and you can read this over, and if you have any issues or problems in this area, you can contact any of these folks listed under this heading here. So, of course, if you have any questions contained within the syllabus, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll see if I can answer any questions that you have. All right, so we're going to the course schedule next. I'll open it up. Oh, I keep forgetting you can't just click on these things. I keep waiting for it to download. Uh-oh. Not now. So bear with me. And my phone's ringing. Ignore that as well. Okay, so our course schedule, this is information on what's due and when. So our first due date is on Thursday, 5/22 at 8 a.m. This is all your homework, including your exam. The exam will open up 24 hours. You only have 24 hours to complete these exams. So this will open up on 5/21 and close on 5/22. It'll open up at 5/21 at 8 o'clock and close on 5/22 at 8 o'clock. All right, so the important thing for this is there is which we'll go over it in a few minutes, but there is information, there's recordings for the homework assignments, how to complete the homework assignments, and also there's lectures on the actual chapters, the book chapters, that Miss Davis has pre-recorded, and you need to listen and watch those recordings because they will help you and give you instructions on your homework, and they will also guide you in where to study and focus with your exams. So they're really, really important to watch, especially with 10 weeks. And while you're watching those recordings, make sure that you're taking notes to study for your exams. And you should be taking notes while you're reading as well. And I think, okay, so we have, how many modules do we have? I believe it's 9 or 10 modules, 10 weeks, and then we have a final exam, and then we have makeup exams. So make sure you print your schedule out, check things off as you complete them so that you complete everything on your assignment sheet or on your schedule. All right, so I want to go to module 1 and then we'll be finished. Okay, in module 1, you'll have, and here's the lecture recording I was referring to and your homework recording, which gives you instructions on how to complete your homework. And I'm not going to go over the instructions. You can watch the recording, and this way it will help you complete your homework. So your homework starts here, which has all your due dates on it. All right, make sure you get everything completed before your due date is timed. So if you open it up, you know as well as I do, you can start the attempt, and as long as you don't submit it, then you're good to go. You can save it for later on, or you can submit it, either one. Okay, and then your other homework assignments, and then followed up with a exam for that particular module. Now, none of these modules close, so you're going to have them open all the time, and your recordings will be available to you. The only thing that's going to close and open and close is going to be your homework. So after 5/22/25 at 8 a.m., the due date, the homework will no longer be accessible. It'll be on there, but it just won't be accessible to you. as well as the exam. And then again, we get down to the final exam folder, which contains the final exam. And you should be taking notes as you go along so that you can review your notes at the end and study your notes for your final exam. I think that is all that I have for you today. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and y'all have a great day.